was a box. He was a box like any other box. He wasn't too big. He wasn't too small. He was just the right size. He was just the right size for what he was, a box. He was also just the right size for a Christmas present. That's what he wanted to be, a Christmas present. All the boxes wanted to be Christmas presents. It was the highest honor for his family. You see, he had an uncle who carried a fruitcake to the family. That uncle was a fruitcake too. No. An aunt hid a beautiful new sweater for mother. His grandfather carried a new toolbox for daddy. And many years ago, his cousin helped to make Bobby's Christmas with a new pet teddy bear. Bobby carried that teddy bear around for many years. But see, right now, Bert was a little depressed and sad. He started out life as a dish box. He was sorry about that. He was a wedding present for mother and daddy when they got married. He was happy then because he was making others happy. But that was a long time ago. Since then, he had just been sitting around, and for a while he sat around empty. Then Daddy put an ugly vase that no one in the family liked in him. But he got knocked off the shelf in the garage, and the ugly vase was broken. He held broken toys until Mother put them in the yard sale. Then she started tossing old pictures into him. Sorry, it takes me 2 hands. She would toss old pictures into him. And then a couple of months ago, Mother took out all the old pictures and sorted them through them. And next she started putting them in big picture books. Do your parents have picture books, albums with all your pictures? This seemed like it made Mother happy, so it made Bert happy for a while. Though sometimes when Mother looked at the old pictures, a tear rolled down her cheek. Do you ever look at a picture and cry a little bit? You see your mom or dad do it? Yeah. That was months ago. Since then, Bert was sitting alone and empty in the corner of the dining room. He had started to wonder if he'd ever do anything useful. But this afternoon, something happened. Mother picked him up and took him to the kitchen. There she put a large round tin into him. What do you think was in the tin? Bert was suddenly happier than he'd been in many years. A present! I'm going to be a present! Then Mother put warm socks into Bert and stuffed them around the tin. Next came sun lotion, a toothbrush, bootlaces, hand soap. Mother put all kinds of strange stuff into Bert and filled him up. Then Dad came in and added another smaller box on top of everything else that Mother had put in Bert. This is what he wanted for his friends, Daddy said, as he kissed Mother. Finally, Mother put in a tattered and torn old book and a note, and then stuffed everything around it with newspaper and sealed Bert. He was so excited. He knew colorful wrapping paper would come next. All presents are wrapped in colorful paper, right? But Mother didn't cover Bert in colorful paper. She covered him in 2 layers of plain brown paper.
Robert, here are some gifts for you for Christmas.
Start where I left off, baby.
So you must stop here.
That's where you start.
Okay. Bert felt the butcher paper wrapping yielded a sharp knife. Then, when he was the paper cut off, he couldn't believe his eyes. It was Bobby. Bert had seen Bobby for many years, but Bobby wasn't little anymore. He was a soldier, and there were 4 stripes on his sleeve. Bobby took the knife and cut off the strong tape holding Bert closed. Then he took the book out and carefully opened it. He looked at the top for a long time and very quietly turning it and many pages with a smile. Bobby read the note from his mother, saying words that he couldn't hear for him. Robert, here's some gifts for you for Christmas. It's not much, but I hope you know how much we love you and we are proud of you. We wish you were here with us this Christmas. Instead, you're at war, but we understand. I put some extra tin of Christmas cookies on the bottom of the box. I know you'll share with your buddies, but I wanted to make sure you got enough also. Bobby laughed at this. Dad put the Christmas surprise you asked for in a smaller box. I'll keep you no longer. I have a happy Christmas, and you stay safe. We want to hear from you at home to have a great Christmas next year. Love always, Mother.
Bobby unloaded Bert and put all the little things Mother had added into his footlocker. The tin of cookies and the smaller box he left on his bed. When his buddies came into the tent, Bobby showed them his book. It was the Christmas story. He told them how his family had read it around the tree every Christmas Eve since he was 4. Then he opened up the smaller box. Inside were dozens of Christmas ornaments, little Santas, no bigger than your finger. Bobby gave each of his friends one. They all thanked him and went to their bunks to hang up their decorations. Later, the gruff old sergeant came into the tent. "What's this?" he said. "This place looks more like Grandma's parlor on Christmas Eve instead of a tent in a war zone. Who did this?" Everyone pointed at Bobby. Who's that guy? "I thought we would be in the Christmas spirit, Sarge," Bobby said cheerfully. "You did you?" Sarge grumbled. "Sure, Sarge. Just because we're here at war and not at home doesn't mean we can't enjoy Christmas. My family even sent my old book of the Christmas story to read tomorrow night on Christmas Eve." "You're really into this, aren't you?" "You bet, Sarge. Christmas is a great time of year." Then Bobby remembered his manners and held out the tin of cookies to Sarge. "I guess one cookie wouldn't hurt. As you can see, I didn't stop." He took a big cookie from the tin and waved it at Bobby in thanks. Bobby looked down at the small box and saw one small Santa ornament left. "Sarge," Bobby called, picking up the Santa. When the sergeant turned, Bobby put the ornament into his hand. "We wouldn't forget you either. Merry Christmas." The old sergeant looked down at the little Santa for a long time. It even looked for a moment like he was going to cry. Then he looked up at Bobby, smiling. "Thank you, sir. Thank you, soldier. Merry Christmas." "Merry Christmas," Bobby said as the sergeant left his tent. That night, Bobby thought about how much he missed his family, but that he had a different kind of family with him in the tent. Bert the Box also thought about how happy he was, how full his life had been. Not only was he a Christmas present, but he provided presents for a whole tent full of soldiers. Besides that, for many years, Bert had been just the box Bobby's family needed. He just never realized it, all because he was just what he should be, a box, ready to help, to hold whatever needed holding. Not too big and not too small, just the right size for a Christmas present.
So what do you think about